Hey guys, I'm doing another Netflix review today, and I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on the video. The fact that you're willing to take a few minutes out of your day to watch my reviews really does mean the world to me, so thank you so much. And today we're going to be talking about A Night Before Christmas. Now this film, I'm just going to come out and say it was surprisingly sweet. At the end of the film I was smiling, like visibly. I was like, ah! And I was like, oh wow, I must have enjoyed this movie a lot more than I was expecting to, because I've literally felt happy at the end, which was nice. But this film stars Josh Whitehouse and Vanessa Hudgens, and honestly they had really good chemistry in this film as well. I thought it was very good. And so what is this film about? Okay, so this is your classic fish out of water story. If you've watched Enchanted or Kate and Leopold, you've pretty much watched this movie, to be 100% honest. Basically you have got your knight in shining armor, Cole, Sir Cole as he likes to be called, and basically he gets transported from 14th century England all the way to the 2019s to, the 21st century, to our present year, where we are now. And he has to complete his quest. And of course, while he's trying to complete his quest, he runs into Vanessa Hudgens' character. And of course, the two of them just can't help but fall in love. And like, there's actually no conflicts in this movie when you actually think about it. The entire movie is just the two of them going on these little happy misadventures and falling in love. It is very sweet, and at the end of the film, Cole has to decide whether he is going to, of course, return home, travel back in time and become a knight and live out his life as a knight, something that he's always dreamed of doing, or is he going to spend his time in the present with Vanessa Hudgens? So yes, it's blatantly obvious this is a very cliche movie, okay? It's very cliche. I still enjoyed it though, to be 100% honest. It does have its problems, and I will talk about them a little bit later, but I feel like the film does a lot right at the same time. The two lead characters are very likable, and that always just makes the movie so much more enjoyable when you engage with both the characters, when you really are focused on their story and you want to see these characters succeed. It was very nice to just have two lead characters that were just very lovable, and you enjoyed them. So I really enjoyed the film from that aspect, just because I could get invested in both of these character stories. And the fact that both characters are so likable is really helped by the fact that both of the performers, Josh and Vanessa, they really do have good chemistry. So when the two characters start to fall for each other, you really believe it, because you are witnessing them grow closer together in a very believable and cute and sweet way. So their romance is something that you can really get behind as a viewer, and you really hope that it works out for them. And this is completely random. I'm going to bring this up, and I know it's completely opposite to what I was just talking about, because I was talking about the characters and how they're really likable. But if you enjoy Christmas carols, you are going to love this movie, because I'm so sure that even by the 50% mark in the movie, they've already played more Christmas carols than any other movie in movie history. There are so many Christmas carols in this movie. And of course I don't play them in their entirety, but like there was literally a few scenes where they just jumped from Christmas Carol to Christmas Carol, and I was like, whew, okay, wow, I had no idea that this guy sang that version of this Christmas Carol. So even though I could recognize all the Christmas carols, they're all sung by new people, and I was a very short tangent. Now, one thing the film did that I really enjoyed, and I thought they did in a very subtle, very clever way, was the way they decided to tackle the themes and the messages showed in the film, which is ultimately, like the really dumbed down version, is just be a really nice person, be a good person. But the way they try to portray this is through the knight's code, as Cole tries to discover what his true purpose is, what his destiny is, how he has to fulfill his quest. And so he's just trying to be a knight. And a knight is someone that is loyal, someone that will do good, someone that will stand up against injustices and stuff like that. And so Cole is constantly just doing what he believes a knight should do. And it starts to affect different people in the towns in different way. And eventually everyone within the town is becoming more like a knight, and they're just being better people, and they're being, they start giving more and stuff like that. So it was just a very nice, subtle way of going, hey, we can all be knights in our own way. We can all pursue righteousness and justice in our own way. But of course the film isn't perfect. It does have a few problems, and they were very blatant when you start watching the film. Before you actually engage with the characters, before you get too invested in their stories, the film is very cliche. And that actually pulled me out of it very quickly from very early on, and I kind of had to sit through the film before I actually got back into it again. But the film just feels like it takes a little bit of here, a little bit of there. As I mentioned before, Kate and Leopold, Enchanted, very much like those vibes. And even a little bit like Beauty and the Beast. There's the old crone and she basically is who sends Cole to the future. I got Beauty and the Beast vibes from her. She's the witch trying to teach the Beast a lesson. And so the film does play around with those cliches a lot. But at the same time, it does do it in a new, fresh, and exciting way that can keep you invested. But guys, ultimately, like, if I really had to boil this film down to its most basic point, it's just a sweet, cute Christmas movie that makes you feel good, and it's a romantic comedy, fish out of water Christmas story is the best way to sum it up, and it is a lot of fun to watch. So guys, I would recommend it, and thank you so much for watching my review. You guys are awesome. I hope to see you in the future. I'll see you then.